Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Fire Pro Wrestling World. Welcome to Internation Wrestling. If you watched my Canada show, you might recall I foreshadowed this. Internation Wrestling is based in Europe. I'm used to seeing world maps which have Europe centrally located, so the promotion is centered there. Within that general region, I trace my ancestry to the United Kingdom, chiefly Scotland. So that's where the promotion's head office is located. Among the Scottish participants we'll see the classic Rowdy Roddy Piper and the more modern Drew McIntyre. Will they team? Will they fight? The roster is intended to create a global feel, with wrestlers from various corners of the world. The more obscure, the better, with less emphasis on the more famous wrestling areas. And now, the introductions. You might have noticed, prior screen, the roster is 33 members, which is considerably more than my previous promotion began with, Canada at 6. 7 matches for the opening event, involving most of the roster. Match 1. Junior Single. Ladies first. How chivalrous. If you watched my Canada promotion and wondered how I could be so incredibly sexist as to have 0 women in the show, well, consider this an overcompensation. Not only do we have, I believe, 6 females on the roster, our junior single is a purely women's division. Females only may compete for this title. And we'll begin in grand fashion with the Battle of UK Royalty, featuring 2 competitors from the United Kingdom, as you can see on the screen. Princess Victoria, representing England. Victoria, pretty famous English name. And I might as well get her in red. That's how you'll be seeing her. English flag red. And she'll be facing a neighbor to the north, representing Scotland, Butterfly Stewart. You may or may not know the Stewart name. My understanding is in the time of Robert the Bruce, Walter Stewart married into the Bruce family. And when the Bruces lacked a male heir from their direct line, the royal house transferred to the Stuarts. If I'm inaccurate about that, and you know different or better, write in the comments. Match 2. Junior tag. Speaking of women, there will eventually be one competing in this division, but for now, the original champion will be one of Black UK or Red Ocean Japan. So we just saw the UK team just now. Black Tiger owes his origin to the Tiger Mask anime series, while Will Ospreay, you might know from AEW, he's also made a name in Japan. Speaking of Japan, Gravedigger and Shota, the Irredeemable, who some of you might recognize from Canada, the Canada promotion. These are members of the Red Ocean stable, which we'll see more of later. Match 3. The 3-on-3. For the 6-tag championship. A battle between continents. Several wrestlers from across Asia. We have, as you can see there, Sabu of India, who you might know from ECW. The Iron Sheik from the golden age of wrestling. And the Captain Blue Wolf. The Iron Sheik, of course, from Iran, if that needed to be said. If you know your wrestling lore, that needed no introduction, but Blue Wolf of Mongolia. So that rounds out Team Asia. And they'll be up against Team Oceania. Oceania. Don't know how well known that term is, but it's the region of islands east of Australia. And it will feature, see there, Tama Tonga from Tonga. Also from Tonga, the Barbarian, one of the powers of pain from back in the day. And from New Zealand, the Captain, Switchblade Jay White, who, like Will Ospreay, might know from AEW Japan. Moving on to heavy tag. We're actually going to have 3 matches in this division. Matches 4, 5, and 6. As with junior tag, the first champs of heavy tag will be determined by battle between UK and Red Ocean. So it might be a little tricky, but to determine the 2 teams who will fight for the actual title match, we're going to run 2 semi-final civil wars fought within the factions. Okay? So we start with the Battle of UK. Representing Hero UK, Another classic tag team, the British Bulldogs. Davy Boy, Dynamite. And they'll be up against the villains of UK. Lord Steven Regal of England. And another man who probably needs no introduction. The rowdy one, Roddy Piper out of Scotland. So the winner of the Battle of UK will face the winner of the Battle of Red Ocean. Representing Red Ocean America, Nefarious Nathan Dixon, Wandering Assassin Jonathan Morris versus Red Ocean Mexico, Diablo Majo Gomez. So now that we've seen all 6 members of the Red Ocean stable, what the heck is Red Ocean? So if you look to the right, we got all 6 members there. Red Ocean is a name taken from one of the computer-controlled Rival Promotions core game, which inspired me to assemble a group of wrestlers who deliberately aspire to cause opponents to bleed, using things like bladed objects and other tactics to create a, wait for it, Red Ocean. So look for the ring to turn red when these men are at work. So those 2 matches will determine the finalists for the heavy tag. But we have a 3rd heavy tag to run before all is said and done. That rhymes. We have, just to get a number from each one represented here when I announce it, we have a Cold War mixed tag father-daughter special attraction featuring teams from the USA and Russia. Representing USA, the Flair family. If there's ever a man, speaking of no introduction, who does not need, shouldn't need an intro. If you know wrestling, you should know the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, 16-time world heavyweight champion, considered by many to be the greatest of all time, period. And I tend to agree. It will be Ric Flair accompanied by his daughter, Charlotte Flair, 14-time women's champion. So 30 world titles between this father-daughter combo. Not bad. But they're up against a fairly menacing team from Russia. I guess / Soviet Union. They're not, Soviet Union doesn't really exist anymore, but who knows, maybe again someday. Seems like anything's possible. Nikolai Volkov. We've already mentioned the Iron Sheik who he tagged up with in the good old days to form antagonists toward the United States. Nikolai Volkov and his daughter, Natasha, Siberian Tiger. So, what's at stake for this match, you might wonder? If not for the tag title. Well, the winning daughter receives a #1 contender match for the Women's Championship. And the winning father receives a #1 contender match for the heavy single or World Heavyweight Championship. So quite a bit at stake. So let's move to that heavy single, which is the main event. For the World Heavyweight Championship. Is there a more famous European wrestler? From France, the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant, fought Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3. For me, the greatest spectacle in wrestling history. Also European, known as Polish Power, Ivan Putski. A bit shorter, but he's incredibly strong. Give it a chance. Putski had a memorable feud with Jesse the Body Ventura. He had a muscle pose down and things went awry, as you might imagine. So that's the main event. Fitting that the first champion be from Europe, our home region. So then, speaking of the home region, get myself out of the way. Let's consult the venue in the bottom right there. So we're on the smallest venue available in Europe, which is the gymnasium from the rural setting. Capacity of 1,200, as you see in the top right. And we're at, well, kind of near capacity. The ticket price of $80. Even though we're in the smallest venue, we are charging near maximum ticket price. 100's the maximum, so. Small venue, but people are going to pay a lot to watch the show. And still a fairly decent projected audience there of 1,069. 69, dude. And I guess the last point to mention before we move on to the matches, who's reffing all this stuff? If you watch the end of my Canada promotion, Stephanie Grimfrost closed the show as the final referee. And we're still perhaps mourning black regarding the end of that. So she'll start this promotion as a referee, and maybe we'll do the first year with her. We'll see. We'll see how I feel next month. That's it. That's everything. Confirm. Let's wrestle. You're about to witness history. Birth of a new promotion. The inaugural event of Internation Wrestling. We plan to be the best in the world. Well, we are trying to span the globe in terms of where wrestlers hail from. January of year 1. Match 1 for the Women's Championship. Junior single. It's a battle of Scotland versus England. Introducing first, Scotland's own Butterfly. Fly Stewart. The Scottish Butterfly. And she may be Princess Victoria, but she would be Queen if she can win this match to become the first ever Women's Champion of Internation Wrestling. Stewart backs off, but might have been a ploy because she tries for a high sidekick there. Shoulder down by Victoria. She tries a more direct approach, which proves more successful. Body slam. See referee Stephanie Grimfrost dancing between them at some point. Maybe stay more on the periphery, maybe? I don't know. Just a suggestion. So there's that kick we saw earlier. Well, a kick. A kicking technique landed for the Butterfly. Headbutt. With that headband, I don't know, it could possibly be loaded with something. Maybe the referee should take a look at that. Is that a snap suplex? Drop kick. So we're noticing a trend from Butterfly here of using her feet as a principal attack form. There's that drop kick again. Missing and exploiting the miss there is the Princess. Stewart snapmare. Eats a boot to the face. Knee to the spine. That's rather vicious. Some bullying tactics I think we've seen as a trend from Victoria so far. We're starting to get a bit of a feel for their styles, I think. Clubbing blow with the axe handle. Oh, we'll go out of the ring now. Or at least one. Butterfly not out in pursuit. And gets clubbed down for her trouble. Back to that Boston Crab.
Give up.
Gonna wear down the back.
5 minutes gone.
Power bomb.
1, 2.
Bit of an arrogant cover covering the face of the Butterfly. Oh, turnabout was almost fair play. But Victoria basically says that's my move. Clothesline. Cover. Another 2 count. Spinning heel, flying, spinning heel. Oh, this time the powerbomb was scouted into the Frankensteiner roll-up. Stampede, power slam. Running elbow drop, but the butterfly springs to her feet there to keep up the fight. Powerbomb lands this time.
1, 2.
2.9, that close to being the inaugural women's champion. Big boot to the face. Running elbow drop again.
2.
Another 2.9 as Victoria looks pretty close to a finish here. Snap, Stewart, suplex. Oh, wow.
1, 2.
What was that? A German suplex into the cradle.
1, 2, 3.
So tossed out of the ring now while both competitors catch their breath. This time the running clothesline avoided. Stewart slam there. Goes for a step over ankle hold type of move. Another running stampede power slam. And another elbow. So we're seeing some patterns here from the Princess. Sidewalk slam. That running elbow was to the chops.
10 minutes gone.
To the face, if you will. DDT, though. So Butterfly seeks to break some of this momentum. In some sort of regal stretch. We have a submission on the regal stretch. A fitting finish for the Battle of UK Royalty as Butterfly Stewart takes it for Scotland. First ever Internation Women's Champion. Match 2 for our first ever Junior Tag Team Champions. Ospreay, 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 Ospreay. Elevated, so elevated to the sky. Wow, so elevated. Make your way through the crowd and remember the sound. Ospreay, Ospreay. Should attend an AEW show someday. Even if just to be in the crowd when Will Ospreay's music hits. The intro is so awesome. But will it be as awesome as Team Red Ocean Japan? Shota starts off with a jab. Mixed martial arts specialist. Drop toe hold in exchange for Black Tiger. But there's the biting. That's what I was talking about with the Red Ocean. Deliberate attempts to draw blood. Black Tiger's mask might have saved him there. Bit of protection against cutting action. But then the bite wasn't cinched in for long. Oh, here's more ripping and tearing tactics, but the mask of Black Tiger holds up. That must be frustrating.
1.
Man. But the irredeemable is persistent. Beat down. Nut stomp. Oh boy. At some point, the referee might want to think about a disqualification there. Or it is cheating. Oh, there's the fire breath. If you saw Shota from my Canada promotion, he does breathe fire. Oh, and there's the result of having no protection over your face. Will Ospreay has been split open, and the Gravedigger came in there with the mist twice. Three times. Going for third time's the charm there. Nut stomp. Chop. So looking to add some sort of, insult to injury, I guess. Ospreay's already split open. Fourth green mist. There's so much cheating going on in this match. Foreign objects. Spraying mist. We don't want to have to call this on account of disqualification, but we shall have to see. Wow. Well, I'm getting to believe now that Gravedigger doesn't just have mist pellets that he's breaking inside his mouth and spewing. He's some sort of supernatural being. What else would explain all that?
5 minutes gone. Give up.
So some sort of leg scissors choke. Interesting. Now we'll see Shota again. We'll see if he can keep his cheating under control. Wow. In stereo, practically. The mist and the fire. Good show, boys. Wow, the fire breath. Black Tiger narrowly avoids it. Attempts the roll up there. Try to take him by surprise and steal this match pretty early.
Great.
So the spectacularity of the show being put on by Red Ocean, I think, is grounds to keep this match going. See how much of that we get. There's the mixed martial arts. Knee strikes. Oh, there it is again. Looks like Stephanie came in there, took a good look.
Give up.
The damage being done. Nut shot. Submission attempt. Yeah, Ospreay out of desperation gets that flying sidekick in there just to break up the momentum.
Give up.
For Shota seems to be having things his way. Counter. Perhaps Will Ospreay had Shota scouted there, knew that he had some mixed martial arts. Hard to counter avoid that. So whirlwind of strikes, beat down. Fire, missed again. Wow, incredible display. And that, I always called it torture grind back in my Canada promotion, but missed again. What is he, a dragon or something?
1. Give up. Give up.
Oh, no avoiding it that time. Twice. 2 doses of that. Oh, doubled over there.
10 minutes gone.
Maybe all that exhaling, he pulled something. He was holding his ribs there, was Gravedigger. Too much exertion. Strained his abdominals or something. Maybe he broke a rib, who knows?
1, 2.
2.9. Just narrowly
Great.
did we have our first junior tag team champions. Reversal on the vertical suplex out of the ring.
2.
And Will Ospreay's leaving blood everywhere. At the pool outside the ring. Now he's getting a flurry of beatdown.
1.
Gravedigger going up high. Double axe handle off the top. And now he will go to the scythe. So both members of Red Ocean pulling out the weapons. How long can you get away with that? At what point does Grimfrost declare that we have to have some integrity here? This is not meant to be a no DQ. The mask. The mask protecting Black Tiger. And being split open by that scythe. The Tiger might be flying here. Back elbow off the top.
1, 2.
2 count, looks like he was kicking out on his own. Missed. Fire. Did the fire hit Black Tiger from behind?
Give up.
Throw your headlock over there.
Give up.
Grinding submission over there. This Red Ocean looks for the finish. After all their dirty work done. We're going to get all 4 men. All 4 men in the ring at the same time. Shota going to work with those martial arts kicks. Last ride. Powerbomb.
1, 2.
Fitting that he should have that. That Gravedigger should have the Undertaker move, right? Yeah. Grave, Undertaker. Yeah. More missed. Gravedigger looking to get this European crowd excited. I don't know if he's going to get too many cheers when his opponents are straight out of the UK.
Give up.
Black UK. And some wear down on the arm. Modified reverse armbar. Something or other. There's that missed again. And now 2-on-1 action. The numbers game. Catching up on Black Tiger.
Give up. Give up.
Gravedigger's in there to intercept. To keep Will Ospreay from making the save. Fire breath doesn't land, but look at that. Just endless clouds of fire being sent into the mass of humanity there. Shota is wavering after that suplex slam type of maneuver. Wow. The temperature of that ring must be very high. There's been a lot of fire ignited in there. And it must be choking as well with all the mist floating around. What a wild affair. Blood. Tombstone piledriver inflicted on Gravedigger. Again, fittingly. Tombstone. Tomb, Grave. Nut shot. And showed us. He's calling for the finish. We have a disqualification finish. Did seem like it was just a matter of time with all the fouls. Foreign objects. I think referee Grimfrost let things go as long as he could, but enough is enough after a while. I think the low blow was the last straw. And you saw the referee turn away and go off to signal the timekeeper. Match over. And perhaps not the most definitive decisive finish, but still counts, and we do have our first ever Internation Junior Tag Team Champions. Clearly a rematch will be in order at some point. But for the time being, Team Black UK gets the glory. Match 3 for Internation's first ever 6-tag championship. Our cross-continental 3-on-3. The Iron Sheik leads them out from Iran. Blue Wolf from Mongolia in the middle there. And then preceding him, Sabu from India. Iron Sheik does the classic silly scoffing spit thing that he used to do. He would disrespect America, the USA. And here comes some boys in black. The Barbarian, Tama Tonga, the Captain, Switchblade, Jay White. Guns up.
Fight!
Wolf backs off to start it off.
Give up!
Switchblade runs him down and begins working him over. Look at the hair on Switchblade. Whitish, grayish sort of highlights in there. Fashion's important. Also very good trunks. Blue Wolf body slam, a blue body slam. And the Wolf keeping things a little more simple. He's the Blue Wolf, he wears blue. Black boots, just so it's not too uniform. The black boots go with the hair. I already very much enjoy these captains. Switchblade lands a sharp elbow and then sends the Wolf into the red corner, the Oceania corner, choking him with the boot. Snapmare, and I think Blue Wolf, after being in that corner, decides, you know what, let's give me a break from this. Don't want to be back there again anytime soon. Team up, vertical suplex. As we get a look at India's Extreme Sabu.
Yeah!
Some bionic elbows. Each one in reply, and then Switchblade says, I've made my point. I've already faced two of these guys. Two of these Asians. Get our first look at Tama Tonga, who eats the Jawbreaker. And the numbers game, 2-on-1. Sabu escapes relatively unscathed, lands the DDT. Tama Tonga, also with very cool hair. And Sabu. I'm noticing all the cool hairs. I'm normally not a hair critic. And then the Iron Sheik comes in with very little hair. The Barbarian with the modified, you know, the mohawk type thing. Modified mohawk. Two 80s WWF guys. Back when it was World Wrestling Federation. Not to be confused with World Wildlife Fund. There was lawsuits about that. Big Barbarian body slam and falling headbutt. Wouldn't mind seeing these two in a singles match, maybe.
5 minutes gone.
Drops the knee across the gut. Fakes like he's going to tag. Maybe he was just drawing the Barbarian in to the Asian corner. The Barbarian shrugs off that shoulder tackle. Or shoulder block. Too big. But the Iron Sheik says, how are your eyes? Are they able to shrug things off? The rake. Sabu showing some strength there with the body slam.
1.
Crowd claps its approval. Could you hear that clapping? It's more than once I've heard it in these matches so far. If it comes through, dear viewer slash listener, maybe mention in the comments you can hear it. DDT. We've seen a number of those. It's been a DDT fest. Well, there's 3 letters in DDT. Rhymes with 3. 3 on 3. It all works. There it is again. It's been a DDT extravaganza. Jake the Snake Roberts somewhere is either proud or he's exasperated, going, "You people are just abusing my move." It's supposed to be a finisher that you see like once a match. Chris, if you're watching, complain in the comments about how finishers don't mean anything anymore. They're not protected in today's, in modern wrestling. They're just a high point in the match, you know, kick out at 2 and carry on. Low blow, by the way, from Switchblade. There it is again. Maybe don't do too many of those. Because as we saw, we have seen disqualification before. And it wasn't purely based on a low blow, but it was amongst a series of fouls. In that junior tag, I think Stephanie Grimfrost was more than reasonable in allowing infractions to go by before it just had to be called. I mean, you don't fry somebody for the first offense, but, you know, where do you draw the line? It's got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
The captains are back at it again. Whose name?
Yeah.
Whose name will be carved in to the Internation Wrestling?
Give up.
Captain of the first 6-tag championship. Oh. Team up on the rolling neckbreaker. Double dropkick though. Asia working together. So Asia is a little more colorful, a little more variety in their color, and Oceania is more black. So if at any moment you might have trouble discerning who's on what team, that's probably a good baseline. The Barbarian out to exploit 360s the wavering Sabu, who comes back, tries to use power right up the Barbarian's alley. Probably not a good idea. And the Barbarian will fly some sort of headbutt slash splash of some sort. Blue Wolf taking no chances. Sabu was laying there like a corpse after all. Oh, it looked like the Barbarian was going for some big power. Gorilla press maybe. The iron, it was thwarted by somebody. Goes for the spear slash football charge, shoot, whatever you call that. Eye rake. Splash off the top rope. And now both men missing with the striking. The Barbarian gets a tag in to reset. And for what is this? The 3rd time we're going to see captains. Series of headbutts. Oh. There's that modified DDT. I want to call it a rolling DDT. I know there's other names for it, but I don't have to be a slave to what... Oh, Exploder suplex. Goes for the cover. 2.9, the Barbarian didn't get there in time. Kick out was needed. Stave off losing this title match. Switchblade applying the headlock, but the Wolf's friends are in there. German suplex applied by Sabu. And I should mention, I think I miscalled the German suplex in match 1. I think it was Princess Victoria did a back suplex into a bridge pin. It wasn't a German. My apologies. Oh, there's that gut wrench suplex. That's a classic suplex by the Iron Sheik. Setting up his camel clutch. Wear the back down. Professional wrestling. Big haymaker. Drops the elbow. At what point does he start to apply the camel clutch? Now would be a great time while you're in the... Just let the man perform. Showmanship. It would have been a good time for the camel clutch, considering it was in the Asia side of the ring. It's all moot now, as Oceania teammates go to work with the team-up clothesline. And now back suplex neckbreaker combination. Iron Sheik weirdly retreats into the corner, eats an exploder suplex. We're in the ropes, however. Guys are jumping in the ring from both teams. Switchblade is pumped. Goes for some sort of reverse figure four leg lock. Save is made. Oh, rotating vertical. Was it a brain buster? Anyway, a lot of humanity running around in there. Vertical suplex. Setting up the, well, Switchblade tried to set the Sheik up for his partner. Oh, what was that? Double underarm belly to belly suplex? Eye rake. Tama Tonga's in the wrong part of town. Spinning brainbuster, however. And the Iron Sheik, a little bit tired. Tonga with the retreat. Got 4 men in the ring right now. Oceania looking good. Oh my goodness. Wow, was that the LOD Doomsday device?
Give up. Give up.
Ow. Probably wouldn't have wanted to break up that submission a little sooner. Ooh, tombstone, pile driver. Yeah, pretty frequent amount of tags now. A lot of guys must be hurt. Oh, Iron Sheik with the counter. This man took a hit, but he applied the drop kick. Oof. Another overhead suplex. Goes for the cover deep in Asia's corner. 2.9. Well covered by his teammates. Only 2.9. Backbreaker. Body slam combo. Oh, it's broken up. That might have been another possible finish. Iron Sheik taking a page out of his old partner Nikolai Volkov's book with the backbreaker. Oh. Gut wrench. Suplex. Do we have a finish anywhere? Casts his man out of the ring to Sabu. Oh, ECW. EC freaking W. The chair shot out the back. German suplex. We got more than one 2-on-1 exploitation going on. Sabu brings a chair in there. Why not bring the action in there with him? Bring the hardcore into the ring too. Spear. Sabu tries to run him down. Maybe not the best idea because now he's deep into the Oceania corner now. Flying. Leg drop from the top. Stampede power slam.
2, 3.
And the finish. It was a wild affair. All 6 men in there fittingly. 96% match evaluation. Pretty good. Ends with a bang, the power slam from the Barbarian. And Team Oceania, your first 6 tag champions of Internation. Match 4. First of the semi-final Civil Wars to contend for the heavyweight tag team championship. Hopefully I got that right, because it's a bit of a mouthful, a bit of a brain twister. So we begin with the Battle of the UK. First into the ring, Hero UK, the British Bulldogs. If you watched this successful tag team on television many years ago, 80s and so forth, write it in the comments. Share your nostalgia. And they're up against a team that I guess could have occurred. Their careers overlapped. Roddy Piper, in his waning years, was in WCW. At the time of Lord Steven Regal, who was television champion there, and a genuine badass, tough guy, real wrestler. Hip toss. I believe he fought as a carny wrestler. I guess you'd pay your money to try to wrestle the carnival champion for prize money. I think that's right. And as a result, and apparently Regal started doing that while he was just like 16 or something, so he was fighting grown-ass men who were legitimately trying to hurt him, trying to win prize money. That was real. Wasn't staged. Anyway, interesting history. It's always interesting when a wrestler has a background of real life fighting. Big power slam. So maybe not the trademark Davey Boy Smith running inverted slam that we saw the Barbarian do previous match. Look at that. Stereo body slams by the Villain UK team. And a ball kick by the Rowdy one. Should surprise nobody. He would do that. Bit of a height difference there. Which actually I'm not sure is accurate. I don't know if Dynamite Kid was the smaller of the team of Davey Boy and Dynamite, but I don't know if he was that small. He might have been a bit short. Anyway, if he seems a bit small, that will just add to the underdog feel. Maybe he can be more of a sympathetic sort of hero that you root for. Big body slam by Davey Boy. Bulldog headlock. Now both members of Villain UK going at the Bulldog.
Give up.
Hopefully Davey Boy doesn't look small, because he shouldn't. Anyway,
Give up.
backbreaker. I believe that's how Big John Studd used to do his backbreaker. Tandem, team up, whatever, vertical suplex. And the Lord is out of the ring. How undignified that the Lord should be ignobly spilled from the inbounds area. Teaming up on the clothesline. The villain's going to work. Working over Dynamite Kid, who wisely gets the heck out of there, tags out. Gut wrench suplex. Arm drag takedown. That's nice old school stuff. Power on display. Gorilla press slam. And Roddy comes back with an eye rake. Break up that momentum a bit. Backdrop. Back body drop, also pretty old school. And why should these classic wrestlers use some of those classic moves? Oh. Roddy interferes with that move to save his partner. That's just good tag team wrestling.
Give up.
Now some bullying tactics. Oh, a very gentlemanly attempt to get a handshake in. They're very noble of Lord Steven Regal. I think Davey Boy Smith is going to have none of it, though. He doesn't trust the Lord. But he's regal. He's noble. Why would we need to distrust him? Oh, well. And the team up vertical suplex again. Regal goes rolling out of the ring. Oh, Davey Boy's going to follow up. Oh, maybe not. Changed his mind. Maybe he changed his mind when he... Okay, a bit of confusion there. Bit of cat and mouse there between competitors where that apron was concerned. In any case, Regal went for a chair. Maybe that's what caused Davey Boy to think twice about pursuing the outside game. Why risk that? Running clothesline to exploit the dazed challenger. Back elbow, also pretty old school. Man, these boys are pulling out all the classics. Old school wrestling. A lot of stuff you don't see much nowadays. Both Bulldogs in the ring. Pile driver. Setting up the bow and arrow, I think that's called.
Give up.
Go. Straight up punch to the face. Sometimes just stick to the basics. Sometimes they work best. And if Dynamite Kid looks a bit small, I mean, he is the Dynamite Kid. So let's say it suits that he looks small. He looks like a kid. Low blow, by the way. By the Rowdy One. Proving that he truly is a Rowdy One. All four men in the ring now.
Give up.
Red, white, and blue as far as the eye can see. Or maybe call it blue, white, and red. Because it's the United Kingdom colors, right? Red, white, and blue is more of a US thing. Just used to saying it.
1, 2.
2.9. That close. Was it the Heroes had the pin there? Pin attempt. Knee to the breadbasket. And the villainous Regal getting the wristbands tightened as he prepares to try to change the momentum here. 2.9. We've seen a very near fall.
2.
This time Roddy not waiting around to see how close to 3 we get this time.
1,
Another pin attempt.
2.
2.9. Was it 2.9 because the save was made? So it looks like we might get all four men in the ring briefly here. Yeah, Davey can't stay much longer. He's been there for a while. We'll call that, I guess it's Samoan drop. Oh, look at Roddy, the Rowdy One, just working over the groin. How many? It's a series of stomps to the you-know-where, and Dynamite Kid, quite reasonably, gets out of there. He's gonna Boston Crab the non-legal man. Why not? You had to figure that wasn't going to work. Eye rake. So many dirty tactics employed by Piper. Here's that running power slam again.
2,
But we're too close to the middle. We've seen several saves already. German suplex. Fitting that Europeans would use a move named after a country in Europe, right? Another one of those running power slams, but
1,
we're in the villain's corner. Not going to get 3 there. So the match has been elongated. There's the Regal stretch. The Regal stretch. We saw that a couple times during my Canada promotion, but that's where the name comes from if I was calling it Regal stretch. All 4 men in there to brawl it out.
1,
Well, we haven't seen the villains attempt a pinfall yet. Maybe they're not trying to win the match. Maybe they're just in there to just keep the violence going as long as they can because they're villains. Tags out. Ooh. Pile driver. A very regal looking pile driver. Oh!
give up,
Sneaky maneuver, so that's what he was up to all along with the handshake. It was just a ruse to try to induce a submission. And another ball kick. And ultimately, that is the finish called for. Referee Stephanie Grimfrost had seen enough of the rowdy, repeated rowdy ball shots. Enough is enough. And by disqualification, we have our winner for the first semi-final Civil War Battle of the UK. It goes to the heroes. They advance to the final. The British Bulldogs. Quite the good match evaluation on that first semi-final, though, as you can see there, 98%. In fact, we've only trended upward since the beginning. So we are on pace for this match to be 100%. Pressure's on, guys who are fighting in the Red Ocean Civil War semi-final. We expect perfection. Go. That's not an unreasonable request at all. So who will face the British Bulldogs in the final for the Heavyweight Tag Team Championship? Will it be Red Ocean USA? That's what we should call them. I called them Red Ocean America. The Wandering Assassin. Nefarious Nathan. Couple big bad dudes, and they'll be up against their allies from Mexico. The other Red Ocean Heavyweight Tag Team. Majo. Or Majo. Is a magic user. Majo. Majo Gomez and Diablo, the devil.
fight,
Opens up with fire. Flaming start for Diablo. He did miss with the fire, and he's only been getting beaten up since. Kick to the face. Reversal both on the Irish whip and to reverse momentum. Wins a test of strength. Well, he is the devil after all. He's probably pretty strong. Oh, and pretty dirty as well. As we see that nut shot, which we saw tons of. I don't know, if you're Stephanie Grimfrost, do you have much more patience for ball shots after we saw too many last time? Is she going to have a hair trigger on that DQ for this one? Another ball kick. Another flame breath. Stomp to the face. We've already seen 2 fans of flames out of the devil. They both missed. Will third time be the charm? Will we see a third time? Tags off to Majo. There's a third time's the charm. Oh! Totally engulfs the face. Oh, there's another one. What is that? 5 flame breaths already. From Diablo.
1.
Red Ocean USA.
2.
Trying to... Oh, there's a chair shot. Regain momentum. Oh, and there's
5.
the kendo stick as well. Red Ocean USA absolutely going to work on the outside
9.
on Majo Gomez. Multiple foreign objects in use, and there's more fire. That's why they call him Majo. He has magical abilities. Also has the fire breath, so this is Team Fire Breathe as much as anything. Headbutt down low. Of course, Diablo has fire breath because he hails from the flaming netherworld.
Give up.
It's a natural ability. Or unnatural. Supernatural. Write in the comments, what's the correct term for a person being able to breathe fire when there's no explanation for why they should. Choke. No shortage of cheating. Ball shots, flame breaths, choke holds. And there was a vertical suplex slam. Maybe just call it suplex slam just for short. Oh, ball kick this time. Man. Flame breath, which the wandering assassin almost wanders right into. It was ducked under by Nefarious. The assassin almost ate it. Man, there's been a lot of cheating in this event so far. Not just... It's been a dirty... I mean... At some point, we might have to waive disqualifications. Just so we don't have too many DQ finishes, because we might be on the road to another one. Choking, like I say. Just dirty, dirty fighting everywhere. Neck breaker off the Fireman's Carry. We definitely call it Fireman's Carry because Diablo is a fireman, right? There it is again. Man, the temperature of that ring must be just super high. Delayed. Vertical suplex, maybe just trying to slow down the pace of this match. It's the Wandering Assassin. He gets a kendo stick. More foreign object use. Oh, twice! Combination whackings from the kendo stick. Notice that Diablo was going to try to uncork yet another fire breath. What is that? I've kind of lost count. More fire breath, but no be there. The Russian leg sweep cleared out the path that the flame was on. There's more fire. Mike, someone's going to die of heat stroke out there.
Give up.
Now we already have multiple kendo sticks littering the ring. Reversal on the vertical suplex as the bigger, probably strength advantage goes to Nefarious there, and he counters the attempted flame breath with the shoulder block. Double axe handle club to the top of the head. Pretty brutal. Irish whip goes for the running kick to the, well, let's call it the midsection. Let's hope that not everything we're going to see here is a foul. Looks like it could have been low.
10 minutes gone.
Choking again.
2, 3.
3. 5 count to break. Well, 5 would have been DQ. Right? So 4 to break, 5 you're out of it. And more. Let's just get every type of cheating imaginable now.
2.
Stick a fork in him, a pitchfork, perhaps, being the devil. Diablo pulling out a foreign object. Now we got blood. Nefarious bleeding now. So history repeats. We get another flame breath ducked under, almost wandered into by the assassin. Another neck breaker, choke.
1, 2,
Blood over there, kendo sticks over there, choking there. Just it's been
give up.
it's just been a fight more than a wrestling match. Who can perpetrate the most violence? Ball shot, flame breath. Both sides cheating it up. And to Majo's credit, he hung in there with the test of striking and pulls out a foreign object of his own. Scything. More fire breath, biting in return. Everyone's out there trying to draw blood. I did forecast this though, right? Expect the ring to run red, and these Red Ocean guys are out there. Ripping clothesline.
1,
We roll up, but maybe a bit early. Too far in enemy territory. And the blood collecting on the mat. Headbutt down low. I mean, maybe the reason we haven't seen a DQ, a disqualification in this one, is that there's been so much cheating by both sides. What do you do other than just throw everybody out? But flame everywhere. Diablo just lighting the place on fire. Again, he can't stop breathing. Every time he exhales, practically, flames come out. And some rowdy bullying tactics, kicking and stomping. Maybe the only reason we haven't seen a double DQ, as I say, is that we got to see a winner here. We need someone to win this so that we have an opponent for the British Bulldogs for the heavy tag title. Suplex slam.
2,
2 count. The save was on the way, but Nefarious didn't need it. Neck breaker again.
1, 2,
2 count. Just blood just collecting where Nefarious had been. Men on both sides had been bloodied. Oof.
1,
Pin attempt, but the save. Easy to make that deep in the corner. In the side of the ring. That side. The blue side of the ring. Irish whip. And gets a bit of help. So does Diablo. And 2 flames. It looks like Nefarious might have been able to evade that first flame, but a double shot of fire. No escaping that, I guess. Oh, and just while he's stunned, he can't respond. Didn't have his wits about him enough to avoid that fire breath. I think if this match has to be called on account of the temperature of the ring is dangerously high,
1,
and probably
2,
the result goes to Red Ocean USA, because they're not the ones who are creating dangerously inhospitable environment. So that'd be the ruling on a DQ. We would probably, as much as the fire is crowd pleasing, probably Red Ocean Mexico gets disqualified. And USA advances. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Maybe we'll see a clean finish at some point before referee Grimfrost just says, can't keep doing this. Fire, saluting too. Wow. Moonsault. How about that for crowd
20
pleasing?
minutes
Heavyweight
gone.
doing that off the top rope. Fire everywhere. How Red Ocean USA escaped that, I don't know. Okay, clean finishes. Hard to come by lately, these past several matches. Good match evaluation, but we do have a disqualification. Match has to be called on account of dangerously high ring temperature. Because that climate, environment, whatever, was created by Red Ocean, Mexico. They're gone. Red Ocean USA wins the second Civil War semi-final. And they will face the British Bulldogs in a kind of, what would it be? Like an American Revolution final for the heavyweight tag team championship. Match 6. The Mix. 6 Mix. Now, it might be said that mixed tag lacks a really rich history, but could you form a greater mixed tag all time? 16 world champions, 14 world champions, 30 world championships between the Flairs, father-daughter team. And if they're going to advance to singles contendership in the Internation Wrestling, they will have to overcome the Volkovs, Nikolai and Natasha.
Fight!
Leg trip started off, multiple takedowns into a scissors type of submission. And Charlotte looking very good in the opening, and Natasha tries to break up that early momentum with some attack to the eyes. Foul. Arm drag takedown. Exchanging strikes, and we get our first look at big Nikolai. And they immediately go to the double team. Charlotte tumbling out of the ring, but she's quick to get back in there and escape Nikolai, and gets her father tagged in. And their attempt to turn about with the team up not working is Nikolai. Rather big, and he's bullying through the blue corner right now. The crafty Nature Boy gets the back suplex in, and now he's got momentum. And he's begging off early, please don't hurt me, Mr. Volkov. And Nikolai takes the opportunity to tag his daughter in. So maybe he figures don't fall for this Ric Flair ploy. And now it's the father's turn. We saw the daughter get double suplexed out of the ring. Now the father gets a turn at that. Reverse atomic drop. The Flair shakes it off. He's got a very durable crotch, which shouldn't surprise anyone given his legendary status with the ladies. And we should get our... Okay. Look at Natasha flailing away. Back fist. Trying to hit something. And she goes low. Wow.
Give up!
Takedown into a submission combination. And the women stand and stare each other down there for a second. And we get a test of striking.
Five minutes gone.
All four competitors in the ring now. And we finally see a double suplex inflicted by the Flair family. Yeah, it's not just the team. I should call them by families, right? They're more than just teams. In this father-daughter mixed tag, if you remember from the intro, the winning team has their members go on to #1 contendership matches for their respective singles titles. Well, we're definitely seeing a tactic, a strategy being employed. And Nikolai Volkov singing the Russian national anthem there while he has a moment. And Flair getting his way back into the ring. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of throw them out of the ring tactics employed.
Give up.
Abdominal stretch by the Volkov family. Trying to turn this into a back alley brawl. Charlotte is discombobulated by the eye poke. Can't recover in time before she's taken down. So if you might call that a reverse arm bar, I'm not sure. And Flair's in Russian country right now. She might want to try to get out of there.
Give up.
The numbers game exploiting
Give
her.
up.
And Charlotte is tall for a female wrestler. I think she's 5'11". So from a stature standpoint, I guess she might be able to compete with big Nikolai. Body slam.
Yeah.
Goes for the spear, but I guess she overestimated how much she would leave the big man stunned, and he
10
would
minutes
convert out of
gone.
headlock. Softening Charlotte up for the daughter, but Charlotte wisely gets out of there and turns the tables. Now it's a double team the other way, and the Volkovs have their first turn,
1,
falling out of the ring.
2, 3, 4,
So twice now we've seen
5,
Flairs eventually turn the
6,
tables on the Volkovs.
7,
Does that mean they're behind, or does that mean they're able to respond in
9,
kind? Which does it mean?
11,
Flair going to work, Volkov's daughter out there,
13,
irate.
14,
And then realizing that would be the route to getting counted out, being too confused to see, Natasha rolls back into the ring.
Give up. Give up.
And then a modified half crab there, smooshing Flair's pretty boy good looks, face first into the mat. Oh, stomp to the crotch. He's trying to destroy Flair's ability to be a ladies' man right now. Trying to harm the face and the crotch.
Yeah.
Oh, Volkov. Stomping. Well, you saw it.
Give up.
It's a little more awkward when it's a man beating on a woman. Not in love with it, but, just trying to have some equal opportunity here. We're not, some crossover male-female. I think it doesn't hurt once in a while, just so we're not acting like women are inferior necessarily. They don't need to be completely separate. In any case, write in the comments, do you have an opinion on whether men and women should wrestle each other? Because it does happen from time to time. I've seen it in different organizations, like indie organizations and stuff. Sometimes you do get an outright male versus female singles match. You might argue it's less prevalent on the mainstream level. I guess when you're trying to reach a broad audience, you
Break.
might be wary about some people saying, hey, men and women should not be fighting. Well, they are fighting here. Sidewalk, backbreaker. Ooh. What would that be? An atomic throw. You might be familiar with the atomic drop. The Flair wisely gets out of there. Gets tagged out. Turns it over to his daughter. But will Charlotte do any better against this big man? Out at 2. And she'll try a pinfall in return. Just the one, though. Ooh. Spinning chop to the face.
Give up. Give up.
Right in front of the father. The daughter getting victimized. But she hangs in there. Stomp to the back of the head. Look at that roll. Wow. Roll into the camel clutch. A little bit of an homage there to Nikolai Volkov's old tag team partner, Iron Sheik. The camel clutch. Iron Sheik, we saw earlier, his team was unsuccessful. Assisted power bombs. The Flair family
Give up.
doing some good work on the double team. And the figure 4 leg lock. The daughter does the father proud there, applying his signature hold right in front of his father, right in front of her father. And mixed right in front of his face with right in front of, yeah. Mixed my words up there, but you probably knew what I meant.
1.
Small package trying to take the big man by surprise, but just the 1 count. That's disappointing.
Give up. Give up.
Sleeper hold, but the daughter's in there to save the father.
20 minutes.
Trips him down,
gone.
setting him up for Father Rick, but he eats the backbreaker, the trademark
1.
Nikolai Volkov backbreaker from back in the day. Softening him up with the scissors. Past 20 minutes now, we've seen 2 counts. We've seen 2 counts, but only from the Volkovs.
1.
Numerous backbreakers, and finally Flair's going to have to kick out on his own. No help from Charlotte, because Charlotte's got to get out of the ring. 2.9. And just hammering away at the crotch with those stomps. Gonna get all 4 in the ring again. Assisted powerbomb. Charlotte trying to land that big foot to the face. Resiliency though, Charlotte is up and returns the favor. Gives the woo, why not? Running, jumping knees. Oh, but maybe one too many. Eats a punch to the face.
Give up.
Back to that wear down with that headlock.
Give up.
It's definitely been among the strategies employed by the Volkovs. Figure 4 leg lock. Ric Flair applies it. Possibly prepping Natasha for his daughter's variation on that. Oh, we'll get all 4 in the ring again. There's the big boot landed. Flattens Natasha. She tries to give the same treatment to Nikolai. Collisions, confusions. Clubbing blows.
1.
Goes for the cover. Save made, however. Save made again. The Flairs working together to keep each other out of trouble. Running knee.
Yeah.
2-on-1.
Yeah.
And Charlotte takes a moment to appeal to the crowd in celebration, landing another one of those big boots.
Yeah.
Chop, choppity, chop. Another homage to her dad. Stomp to the... Look like the buttocks to me.
Give up. Give up.
There's the armbar, but Flair, Senior, makes the save. Clubbing blows, Boston Crab. The daughter looks on, contemplating what her next move is to try to get this finish. Goes for the spinning back fist, but Charlotte is not there.
Give up. Give up.
And Rick does some of the woo. You heard the crowd reaction too.
Yeah!
You did get a reaction out of them. Posing down. The Siberian tiger, I believe she's called, showing her feline musculature.
Yeah!
Oof. Both Flairs laying down right now. Doesn't look great.
Great.
The break from the ropes there. Rope. In the ropes. Break it up. Well, short clothesline followed by a series of low blows. Might want... Oh no. Don't keep doing that. You're probably going to get disqualified. We've seen the standard set so far in this card. Only so much cheating is going to be allowed. Figure 8. The classic figure 8.
Give up.
Submission hold, the modified on the figure 4. And we have a submission. Charlotte Flair was able to squeeze out the submission. I didn't think it was going to happen. It looked like we were about to get a break up there. But no. The figure 8 leg lock. That bridge figure 4 was enough to gain the submission. Very impressive, very exciting if I'm honest. It looks like, it seemed like the Volkoffs were going to take that one, didn't they? They were getting 2 counts. They had a 2.9. All we'd seen out of the Flairs was a 1 count. But in the moment of truth, the match had worn on, right? I guess everyone was getting a little bit tired, fatigued, beat up, whatever. And then at the crucial moment, we saw that glorious figure 8 leg lock, 100% match evaluation. Absolutely deserved. Close to half an hour. Our first father-daughter Cold War mixed tag is won by Team USA, the Flair family. The Flairs, father-daughter, having won the Cold War, essentially, for the United States over Russia. Rick and Charlotte will each get #1 contender matches for the singles titles. So we already know who the first ever women's champion is of Internation. That was Butterfly Stewart. Who will be the first ever heavyweight champion of Internation? Ivan Putski, Polish Power. Not incredibly tall, but quite thick. It just merged thick and tall there. He's not tall. He's thick but not tall. A man who is both, actually. You could call him tall. Thick and tall. Andre the Giant. 8th wonder of the world.
Fight.
Andre backing off strangely, but Ivan Putski did run into a big knee. Look at the Polish Power. Strong enough to get the advantage over Andre the Giant, but that was a body slam from a pretty great height. Oh boy.
Give up.
Hanging choke. Guess it was a submission hold because the referee was asking for a submission there out of Polish Power. Bear hug. I mean, Putski is strong in his own right, but how is he supposed to cope with the sheer size of Andre? I guess we're going to find out. Ivan Putski practically had to jump in order to punch Andre the Giant in the face. Butt blast. Can I say that on YouTube? Just don't get too dirty about it. Very slow developing running elbow drop into a pin. We're at a 2.9 already. My goodness. Back breaker, center of the ring. Almost. No escape, but to stand there and just suffer. Well, Polish Power wildly throwing those clotheslines. Just trying to get something done here. Kick out. Quick kick out. Didn't even get a 1 count. So it's 2.9 for Andre. Less than 1 for Ivan. Look at the awesome strength, though. A lot of compact muscle.
Break.
We're back to the backbreaker, but we are in the ropes. I guess having already suffered a 2.9.
Give up. Give up.
Will we hit 5 minutes?
5 minutes
Yes.
gone.
So Ivan Putski will at least survive a 5 minute 5-minute ordeal with the Giant. Very tall body slam.
1, 2.
2.9. Will third time be the charm on that pinning combination. Back to the backbreaker.
Give up. Give up.
Ugh,
Give up.
that just looks nasty.
Give up. Give up.
Choke.
Give up.
I guess it's a choke, but I mean, would you disqualify Andre the Giant? Who would dare? I guess at this point it's just a matter of can Ivan survive? Hey, look at that.
1.
Gets himself a well-needed breather by body slamming Andre the Giant out of the ring. And he'll try for a pin. Still can't get an actual count. Stephanie Grimfrost's hand has not struck the mat yet when
1, 2.
Ivan's made his tries. Well, several narrow escapes. I don't know if that means Putski's worn down or whether it's because it just takes that much time to finally get Andre off you.
Break.
It's a large man. I think at one point were they calling Andre 575 or something? Or was it 7'5", 500 even or something? Anyway, I know they promoted him at being 500 or more, which is just bonkers.
1, 2.
Well, 9 minutes. Okay, so after what looked like was going to be a real short outing, as we saw the very early 2.9, we're approaching 10 minutes,
2.
and he's hanging in there. I think Ivan's gonna make it. Look at that. He's really putting on a good fight though. The overhead belly to belly suplex. Ten minutes coming.
10
Yeah.
minutes gone.
But gets his face smashed against Andre's knee. Oh, look, is he getting winded? Is that the ray of hope for Polish Power? Andre's getting a bit tired. Okay, well, yeah. Maybe there was no escaping that. Getting bent backward, full weight. Andre the Giant. Sitting on you, crushing the back. 10.5 minutes, admirable by Putski. To hang in there that long against Andre. So match evaluation kind of below the standard of what we had set, but it It wasn't a long match. It didn't seem competitive, so I guess that's perhaps why the match evaluation is a bit low. But I was entertained. If you were as well, viewer, please write in the comments. And so, not a surprise, but I was looking forward to the novelty of this. It's almost like a circus act. David versus Goliath. And while David may have won biblically in a real fair fight with no cheating or slingshotting, this is probably the outcome. So a little bit of realism here to mix in with the fantasy. And what this will set up now, we talked about a pre-match. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, has earned a #1 contender match. So it is likely to be versus Ivan Putski. We'll give Ivan another chance to possibly contend for this title. So that's likely the match for event #2 for the heavyweight, the singles division anyway. So there you go. The 8th wonder of the world. The first ever Internation Heavyweight Champion. And so even with that 72, you look in the top right, average card rating 90%. Very strong start for this promotion. Barn-burningly high percentage. Anytime you get 90 plus. Confirmation, Andre the Giant, Internation Heavyweight Champion. And why not? Perhaps very likely the most imposing figure physically in wrestling history. Great success, flawless show, it says, for the over 1,000 in attendance to watch our first event. And profit of nearly 60,000. That's interesting. Over 59, just over 59,000. My height myself is just over 5'9". Well over 5'9". I'm pushing the limit of 5'9". I'm nearly 5'10". Anyway, doesn't matter. Does not matter. What does matter is great start, and looking ahead to event 2, we should see several debuts, actually. New wrestlers that we have yet to see. So join me for that, and thanks for watching Internation Wrestling.